Have you ever wondered how Kim Jong Un, the world's most notorious dictator, spends his billions of dollars? From nuclear-proof palaces, gold-plated supercars, to $30 million worth of wine a year, while his people struggle to survive. Let's explore 8 shocking mysteries about his lavish lifestyle. Kim Jong Un, the young leader and mysterious billionaire of North Korea, not only lives in absolute luxury, but also hides his private life and state activities. Born into enormous wealth, he owns a fleet of Rolls-Royces, high-end tailored suits, a private island like a Hollywood star, and has tight control over the country's resources and secret overseas accounts. Meanwhile, the North Korean people live under extreme control. Kim Jong-un's vast fortune comes from shady sources such as mining, natural resources, and a secretive business empire. He owns luxury real estate in Singapore and Hong Kong, and his official wealth is estimated at $5 billion, but could be in the hundreds of billions. Despite international sanctions, North Korea still makes huge profits from the global arms trade. Kim Jong-un maintains power with financial support from China, using his wealth to buy loyalty with luxury cars, weapons, and gifts for the elite. He funds massive military projects to solidify his reign. From an anonymous student in Switzerland, Kim has become the world's most feared dictator, a modern-day king who lives in absolute luxury. The third-generation leader of North Korea, born into absolute power and luxury. Despite the country's isolation, he was carefully groomed for succession, having studied at a Swiss boarding school under the false identity of Paik Un, at great expense from his father, a figure who holds the entire nation in his hands, even before he was an adult. Not a standout academically, he was obsessed with basketball and idolized Michael Jordan. After returning to North Korea, he began his journey to become a powerful leader, reportedly earning degrees in physics and military strategy, though whether he actually studied them or not is still a matter of debate. Since 2011, Kim Jong-un has inherited power and ruled North Korea with cold strategy and ruthless control. He has built a strong image, modernized the military, and maintained an absolute dictatorship. With his huge fortune, he lives in lavish palaces designed like nuclear fortresses, a place to demonstrate the supreme power of a king in the dark. From the $900 million Kumsusan Palace of the Sun, to the $1.5 billion Wonsan military base and resort, and the 12-square-kilometer Ryong-song anti-nuclear fortress, all are designed to protect and assert his absolute power, while the North Korean people still struggle with poverty. Kim Jong-un lives behind a steel wall of luxury and absolute control. Nuclear-proof bunkers, underground tunnels connecting his mansions, palaces with Olympic swimming pools, cinemas, horse racing tracks, and private islands with luxury yachts, all create a kingdom completely separate from the people who live in poverty. He also owns a lavish aviation empire with bulletproof jets, private runways, and absolute control. The centerpiece is the Shamay 1, a special version of the Soviet Il-62M, converted into a flying throne room with white leather chairs, precious wood tables, a bar, and a modern TV. He even named one of them Air Force Un, a reference to Air Force One, a flying empire that is both lavish and authoritarian. In 2013, he expanded his aviation empire with a small Antonov and 148 plane for secret trips, and even a private helicopter to monitor missile launches from above. He built a series of private runways near the palace for easy travel, and, unlike his father, Kim Jong-un even flies his own planes, asserting his absolute power in the air. Kim Jong-un not only rules the land and the sky, he also rules the ocean with his $7 million super yacht. This is a 100-meter-long floating fortress with a helipad, multiple floors, and the most luxurious amenities, both a symbol of power and a place for state vacations and receptions. One holds 30 VIPs, another is a 200-foot, $8 million yacht with a lavish Fendi interior. He also has several smaller yachts for secret private trips along the North Korean coast. Kim's power and luxury extend to the seas, just as much as it does to land or sky. He owns a $100 million car collection with more than 100 cars, including Rolls-Royce, Mercedes-Benz, Range Rover, Audi, and Lamborghini, each of which is individually customized. The most expensive car in his collection is a $1.7 million armored Mercedes Maybach S600, which can withstand grenades and bullets, providing absolute protection when he travels. Owns a $320,000 Rolls-Royce Phantom, a symbol of absolute power. His obsession with cars began at a young age, when his father let him drive at the age of 7. Mercedes-Benz was his favorite brand, and his personal fleet included not only luxury cars, but also military armored vehicles, tanks, and personnel carriers, reflecting the power and brutality of his regime. Kim Jong-un built the $30 million Masikong Ski Resort, a symbol of luxury, while North Koreans live in abject poverty. His every trip and motorcade reflects his absolute power, while the resort has become his personal playground of luxury, in stark contrast to the plight of his country. Kim Jong-un's Masikong Ski Resort near Wonsan was built for his personal enjoyment, with 9 runs for professional skiers and luxury amenities. But the cost of skiing was so high, with a lift ticket costing $40, the equivalent of a North Korean's monthly salary, that the resort was virtually deserted. Kim Jong-un closely supervised every detail of construction, but was hampered by international sanctions that made importing ski equipment difficult. Kim Jong-un expected the Masikong Ski Resort to attract 5,000 visitors a day and bring in $44 million a year, but instead, it is a monument to excess in an impoverished country. Kim not only indulges in luxuries like Swiss cheese and Kobe beef, but also has a passion for wine, once drinking 10 bottles of Bordeaux in one night. The resort is a symbol of extravagance while most North Koreans struggle. Indulge in an extravagant lifestyle. He imports tons of cheese, drinks up to 10 bottles of Bordeaux a night, and spends $30 million a year on wine. He even smokes $44 a pack of Yves Saint Laurent cigarettes. His father's extravagance continues with wine, cigars, and gourmet foods like Kobe beef, Iranian caviar, and Thai mangoes. A life of luxury in a poor country. While the people of North Korea starved, Kim Jong-un lived like an emperor with unimaginable expenses. He spent $8.3 million on pepper, $1.6 million on umbrellas, $120,000 on cosmetics, $250,000 on fishing rods, $130,000 on Russian horses, and $2.3 million on exercise equipment. In particular, he spent more than $4 billion bribing his generals, giving them fine wines, luxury watches, and fur coats, buying loyalty with luxury. He owns a watch collection worth more than $8 million, with top brands such as Patek Philippe and Vacheron Constantin, even though the average income of the people is only $2,000 per year. Despite the ban, he still finds a way to import luxury watches. In addition, he also has 20 pianos, a 1,000-seat private cinema worth $200,000, showing that he not only collects power, but also lives in a world of crazy extravagance. Kim Jong-un lives in a world of luxury and eccentricity. He owns over 20,000 imported movies, is obsessed with Godzilla, and has 20 pianos spread throughout his palace. He is said to have undergone plastic surgery to look like his grandfather, Kim Il-sung, even gaining weight to look more like him. In particular, Kim always carries his personal toilet everywhere for fear of revealing his health information, showing his paranoia and complete disconnection from reality. He is so secretive that his personal waste is considered a state secret, so his armored car has its own bathroom. He has been known to use only the super slow armored train, consisting of 3 separate trains for security, himself, and supplies. On his travels, he even brings his own noodle machine to cook his favorite dish, cold buckwheat noodles. Despite sanctions and international pressure, Kim has continued to indulge in luxury, eccentricity, and extreme security obsession. Kim Jong-un always gets everything he wants: luxury, security, and absolute control, no matter the cost. The video ends. Please share your opinion, like the video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other interesting stories.